Hello, and thank you for coming today. I am Keiley, and I'm here to talk to you about the day I was born. Uh, I was born on May 14th, 1979, to the parents of Dennis and Debbie Keiley in Montgomery, Alabama. My parents were at that time named Dennis and Debbie Phillips. I ended up changing my name in the sixth grade. It's a big, long family story. So my birth certificate still has my parents' name as Phillips. They currently live in Tijeras, New Mexico, and they're out visiting, so I thank you for coming, Mom and Dad. I am married to Crystal Keiley, my beautiful wife. We have two kids, Kennedy and Kayla. They are currently asleep right now because I procrastinated and then did this Wednesday night. I'm employed in the United States Air Force. I've been there 12 years now, and it's not a bad job, and it's taken me to Las Vegas, New Mexico for a pretty interesting job, and we'll find out where we go from there. On 1979, Jimmy Carter was the president. I pulled a lot of my facts off of, according to peoplehistory.com. It also talked about how USSR invaded Afghanistan. I found that particularly interesting. So they just got back from Afghanistan. There's lots of Russian bombs, tanks, all kinds of stuff there where when they got kicked out, they kind of just left it there. So that was kind of an interesting fact. Also, because we're in tornado country and season, in 1979, 13 tornadoes ripped through Texas and Oklahoma. And another interesting fact, Dad, the Who concert in Cincinnati, Ohio, 11 people died and 12 were injured. Now that brings us to concerts and stuff, they weren't known as a popular group at the time, but I found it interesting that it was my dad's favorite group. But some of the popular groups at the time were the Bee Gees with Love You, Inside Out. Rod Stewart. My mom likes Rod Stewart. Unfortunately, I listened to too much of that as a kid. Gloria Gaynor with I Will Survive. I would have never guessed that was her name. I'm sure all of you guys know the song because I do. And Michael Jackson. Now, I tried to find the exact price of Michael Jackson's CD off the wall because it got released just after my birthday in August. And everything I could find said it was around $750. Now, $750, I was like, that's not a bad price compared to $1150 for DVDs today. But when I started looking at some of the other costs, like the annual income at the time was $17,500 annually, which, wow, that's poverty these days. And your average house for a new home was $58,000.1K. I wish we could buy houses for that now. We're going to Las Vegas, and the market's super bad, and we can't even buy them that way. Also, odds and end things that I found was gas was 86 cents. And what I found super interesting is the Sony Walkman was $200. Now, I remember getting a Sony Walkman for $50, but it sure wasn't in 1979. They released it for $200 at that time. Not a lot happened in May 14th, 1997, so I didn't have, or 1979, excuse me, so I didn't have a lot to write about, but if you take anything from this, I'm Keiley. I was born in 1997, May 14th. USSR invaded Afghanistan, which was pretty interesting, especially with the Afghanistan stuff now, and there's still things we have to look out for, IEDs and stuff Russians left behind for the Afghanistans now we're having to deal with. I Will Survive kicked out. The average income was $17,500 a year, and I was born. So the most memorable thing I remember is my birthday. I hope other people remember that, and that a Walkman was $200. I'd like to thank everyone for coming, and have a good day. Anybody who watches online.